It is the 10th day that I am doing this, and I gotta tell you that content is getting harder and harder to do. I'm supposed to be leaving you videos from my laptop over there, but I end up just kind of talking to you because it is kind of a bit easier. But I do want to tell you that, as you know already, we are about to lose our highest paying client. And I think in those moments, you have to take actions, and that's what's going to define you. Now, no way in buying this does it mean that I'm necessarily taking the action, because it could also just be a dopamine hit. But the client that we're losing, like I said, is roughly around a little under $3,000 a month. This program that I bought is at $1,500 a month. It's a 6-month sprint, which actually is insane because I don't think I ever told you this, but my goal is to do 33K months by the time I turn really 33 years old, and with a 30% profit margin, because my birthday is on the 30th of August. And the 6-month sprint, literally, if you count it, it's March, April, May, June, July, August, which to me is just insane. Also, when we were doing the checkout, it showed it was 7,000 because it was split into 6 payments, which the total would be like 8,800, I believe. And when it was split into those 6 payments, it was showing one payment, it was showing the rest of the 7 payments, and the rest of the 7 payments came out to $7,333.33. And I've just been obsessed with the number 33, and I don't think it could have come at a better time. And so I guess my message for you today is, when you're down, don't think of it as a bad thing. I want you to really see that, like, it's when I'm down that I invest in myself the most, and it's also what's gonna push me to make the right decisions. So making a $1,500 investment when you're losing an almost $3,000 a month client, and this is $1,500 a month, it really pushes you to say that I'm going to do exactly everything that they're going to give me, because the thing is, I don't really have any other choice. I chose this specific program, and I'll tell you what program it is in another video, and I'll also tell you what I'm gonna be doing from here on out. And as you can see, like, it took me a little bit of time to process this as well. And so yeah, like, it did take a few days, and I think that's also why I'm not showing you anything on my laptop, because the thing is, I'm not necessarily doing much in front of my laptop. I just got done with the call. It's basically a sales call, but honestly, I felt so good in that call, and I just felt really heard and understood. And you know, this person that built this company, I respect him quite a lot, just from watching his content. And you know, I just want to show you that, like, it's when I'm down the most that I invest and I push the pedal even harder. Maybe it's the right decision, maybe it's not. Maybe in 6 months I'll be making this video and I say, okay, like, it was the wrong decision. Or I come into this video 6 months later and I say, wow, like, we did it. Like, I did it, and we did it, and the company did it. And you know, I actually said double the revenue because I think I had given up on 33K months because it felt so idealistic, when double the revenue felt so realistic. And I feel like this gave me that extra push to, like, keep going for that. And you know, while it's just an arbitrary technical number, like, double the revenue for us would still be really, really good. I think I'm at the 33K because this number has just meant so much to me. And I think when you have purpose behind you and you see things with conviction, I think it'll happen. Or I truly believe that it will happen in so many ways. But I guess I'm just gonna tell you this quick story, and then I'm gonna let you go, and then I will be showing you my laptop tomorrow. Like, that's a promise. Because yeah, like, I just didn't do it. And so you'll also see, I hope you'll see the transformation as well, of sometimes I don't keep the promises that I make to myself, right? Like, I say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I did work this morning, maybe I should have shown you that. But I just want to tell you, when I was first starting out, I created a blog that never made any money. I did that for an entire year, and to this day has not made a single cent, like not even like 0.01 cent off of this blog. But it has given me, I mean, directly from the blog, because all of the skill sets that I have now is what allows me to do the things that I'm doing now, which has been such a huge return. But for 1 year, I didn't work. This was during COVID times, so I didn't work. I purposely didn't seek out anything else. I wanted to hyper focus on learning something that I didn't know how to do at all. I invested. I think there were times where I knew for sure that I invested at least at minimum $3,000. And all of that to learn the skills that I have now. And I guess my biggest question for you is, what are you willing to do to get to the next level? What is your current temperature right now? How can you raise it up? And honestly, my current temperature, I think, is also what's keeping me calm because I know that I've always operated at this level. I know I can always get back to this level, not because I'm relying on a temperature, but because I know how to do it. And but I've never been able to really crack, kind of like that 6-figure territory of just really believing in yourself and surrounding yourself with people that would know what they're doing. And I think that's what I'm hoping to crack now. And it's not even a hope, like, it's the goal, right? Like I said, I wanted to be making 33K months when I'm 33, or by the time I turn 33, with a 30% profit margin. And so, and guys, like, just I want to create a nonprofit, and I want to use that profit to fund that. That way we're not so reliant on donors, and I can actually do the things that I think is best for the nonprofit to be, to do, and we don't have to answer to anybody. At least that's what's in my head. But I guess what I want you to ask yourself is, what are you willing to do to get to where you're going? Because the thing is, a $1,500 investment, if you look at the math only, it's quite big for what it is that we're doing, especially since it's a 6-month sprint. So you're basically paying $1,500 a month for 6 months. And whether or not you get a result at the end of that 6 months is entirely up to you. And I think this is where, obviously, there's community and everything, and systems, but I think it's a scary enough thought, and that's what makes it wonderful. That's what makes it, it's like with a blog, it's like I knew I had to make it work, and in a lot of ways it did work. Like, I had it set up, and I think for me the pivot just really came because somebody told me to pivot, and it made a lot more sense. I was much better at it. There was money coming in already as soon as I pivoted, which is basically freelance, so that I was using everything that I learned from the blog to go to freelancing. But I guess I want to share that story with you because it really has helped me out on my journey to really invest in myself, and that when everything else looks like it's falling apart, that's when you double down and hit the pedal on the gas. But even when you're succeeding, I think you also should still learn how to fuel kind of the fire that you've built. And so I hope that helped you. I don't really know. I know I need to start going through my laptop again and showing you exactly what we're doing. And hopefully I can show you that to you tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm definitely staying in, no other obligations except for all my meetings later that night. But other than that, literally hyper focused. So I'll see you tomorrow, and I will show you exactly what we are doing there.